I'm 59 years old, and it's been I like to work out and run a lot, lift weights, and have not been able to do that, the upper body workout for a long time until you showed me the correct way to lift. And for the first time in 3 years now, I can actually do bench press. So not only have I seen it in my own children, I've seen it in other athletes before working out with you, but you showed me yourself, and I've also shared that with other people as well, as recently as last week, and how they're just saying, my goodness, why has nobody ever, they've never read a book on this, why has nobody ever told me this, why have we never seen it? Not a doctor in the world, not an orthopedic surgeon has ever said anything to me about it, and I've got thousands of those as business partners. So I think you've really got something unique and special. You've got another element here of secret sauce, if you will, that's really, I think, is going to make a big difference. The number one thing for me was sports. It's not about the sport. It's not about sports in general. I don't care whether you're a high school athlete or whether you're a fourth grader playing soccer, whether you're a collegiate athlete or a professional athlete. It's all going to come to an end at some point, and it's usually sooner than later. Even a professional athlete still has 2/3 of his life to live after he quits in athletics. And so to me, the success in athletics is a builder of self-esteem. That's number one for me. And so I wanted Mason and Landon to have success because, number one, I wanted it to build their esteem. I wanted it to know that they could accomplish something that didn't seem like, looked like it was out of their reach, but they were able to, through a plan and then fortitude sticking to it, that they could accomplish something. I know they both, if they didn't have the ability at all, it'd be, them setting up for failure, but I knew they had some basic abilities. And so what I was really after is not just somebody that could help them be a better athlete, but somebody that could help them believe in themselves. First and foremost, I saw that in ThinkFit 365. I could see that what you were doing with individual kids was more about their head and their heart and less about their body. I know one of the first things that you said was, anybody can train them, anybody can lift weights with them or run. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I think anybody can do it, but not everybody can do it like you guys are doing it. But true, anybody. There's all kinds of people out there that can train, and coaches and so forth and so on, show them how to lift weights. But I think you possess something very, very unique in that regard. And it's so much better than what everybody else has done. But more importantly, what you're able to do with their head and their heart and their mental discipline, their emotional discipline, for me is a lot. That's the differentiator. How many kids, young kids, freshmen, sophomores, juniors come in, having the ACL repairs and physical therapy on ACL. It's just fascinating to me to see how that could impact their lives down the road. So if it doesn't, even if it heals properly and everything heals great, we all know that that's not going to be, they're not going to have a pain-free life down the road. And it's sad to see the massive numbers coming through. And after I've never even thought about it, never heard about it. I've been in healthcare 20 years now. And again, I have thousands of physician partners, and we do literally thousands of surgeries every week. Many of them are musculoskeletal. And nobody's ever talked about prevention. And so when I see your system, strength combined with range of motion, the light bulb just went on for me and said, what are we doing? Why is this not being expanded on and taught? And if you think about from a very simple, even people who don't know anything about healthcare, is increase the range of motion so that the tears you don't come as close to the tear, and along with that, combine that with strength. The number of injuries that you could prevent and therefore change people's lives and impact their life and enrich their lives so much down the road. And that's even without getting into the nutritional part of what you do. And so, you know, again, a lot of people think, well, it's a focus on the body, but in order to be live a happy life, the body has got to be a part of it. It's just, so I just encourage you to continue to do what you're doing, because I think you will develop a method to be able to scale this in larger numbers. I really do. I think and I think you've got it. I don't think anybody else even comes close to this point of realizing. I don't care whether anybody says, well, I've got this physical therapist, or I got this sports physician, or I got this nutritionist, or I got you know, this trainer, or whatever. I've seen hundreds, I've seen thousands, and they don't do what you do. Period. It's different.